I want to start with a sentence I hear all the time from senior women leaders. Nothing is technically wrong. I'm just tired of how much effort everything takes now. It's usually said quietly, almost like it doesn't deserve much attention. But that sentence matters because it's rarely about motivation and it's almost never about skill. It's a signal that something in how leadership is being carried has shifted. If you're new here, I'm Amanda L. Christian. After 33 years leading global teams in finance and technology, I now work with high achieving women who are successful on paper but quietly misaligned inside. This channel is where we talk about leadership, alignment, decision making, and the internal patterns that shape your career long before anyone else can see them. Not in a motivational way, in a structural way. When leadership starts to feel heavier, even when nothing is wrong, most women assume they need a better strategy, more focus, more discipline, better time management. But this isn't a motivation problem, and it isn't a competence issue. It's a capacity issue. Specifically, the capacity of the internal system you're leading from. Behind every decision you make, every boundary you hold or don't hold, every moment of visibility or pressure, there is a command center shaping how you respond. That command center is your nervous system, and its job is not to make you successful. Its job is to keep you safe. Earlier in your career, competence carries you. You learn the rules, you delivered results, you built credibility. But at mid career and senior levels, leadership stops being primarily about execution. It becomes about holding complexity, visibility, ambiguity, emotional nuance, consequence. Your nervous system has to hold all of that simultaneously and keep you responsive. When it can't, leadership doesn't fall apart, it just tightens. Decisions take more effort, emotional bandwidth narrows. The same level of clarity requires more internal management than it used to. What often gets labeled as decision fatigue is actually your nervous system carrying more complexity than it was ever designed to hold over time. No framework can compensate for that indefinitely. Most high achieving women are not new to personal development. They've done mindset work. They know how to reframe. They know how to push through discomfort. And for a while, that works because mindset is willpower. You think your way through tension. You override physical signals. You tell yourself, this is simply what leadership requires. Eventually, every willpower based system reaches a limit. When it does, burnout doesn't show up dramatically, it shows up quietly. You're still functioning, still respected, still delivering, but leadership starts to feel emotionally expensive. Here's the part most women miss. You cannot outthink a nervous system that does not feel safe. When safety drops, protection takes over, regardless of your values, logic, or experience. Regulation is often misunderstood as calming down. That's not what it is. Regulation is about responsiveness. It's the ability to experience intensity without bracing, to hold responsibility without collapsing, to stay present without overriding yourself. When you're regulated, you can feel more and decide more clearly. When you're not, familiar protection strategies step in. Overworking starts to look like dedication. People pleasing starts to look like leadership. Emotional containment becomes professionalism. Perfectionism becomes reliability. These are not character flaws. They are intelligent adaptation from earlier environments. But when survival strategies quietly run leadership decisions, the cost accumulates. Energy drains faster. Relationships carry unspoken strain. Decision quality erodes under constant internal management. This is why ambition and resistance often coexist at senior levels. Your body is not sabotaging you, it's operating from an outdated map of safety. Aligned leadership is not a personality style, and it's not a softer approach to authority. It's a different operating system, one where urgency is no longer required to function, where authority doesn't depend on self override, where discernment replaces compulsion. You still hold standards, you still make difficult decisions, you still carry responsibility, but you do it from alignment rather than adrenaline, from presence rather than from pressure. Aligned leadership bridges the gap between knowing what to do and being able to do it consistently without abandoning yourself in the process. Capacity is not a personality trait, it's a trainable system. Aligned leadership starts with awareness. You can't intervene in a system you can't see. Learning to notice when you're bracing, over functioning, appeasing, or shutting down creates immediate leverage. Capacity is built incrementally. You don't move from survival into ease overnight. You train your system to tolerate slightly more visibility, responsibility, and emotional exposure without defaulting to protection. Even small expansions change how leadership feels. Somatic dignity matters here. Many women physically collapse under pressure without realizing it. Your jaw tightens, your shoulders lift, your torso braces. Learning to feel stress without shrinking changes how you occupy space and how others respond to you. And repair matters more than perfection. Leadership includes missteps. Clean repair restores trust, prevents shame from calcifying, and strengthens credibility rather than eroding it. If leadership feels heavier than it used to, there is nothing wrong with you. You're not resistant. You're not broken. You're not failing at leadership. Your nervous system learned how to protect you in an earlier environment. Those patterns were intelligent. They helped you to succeed. But leadership at this level asks for something different. Not more effort, not more discipline, not a better mindset. It asks for capacity. When internal safety is restored, clarity follows. When clarity returns, leadership becomes lighter. Not easier, cleaner. If you're here, you're not behind. You're standing at a threshold. So I'll leave you with this question. Where are you already leading differently, but still waiting for permission to trust it? If this conversation resonated, you can let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. It helps this perspective reach more professionals who are quietly carrying the same tension. And if you want more of these conversations, the ones about leadership, alignment, identity, and the internal patterns shaping your career, you can subscribe here. This work doesn't rush, it unfolds.